Alrighty, YouTube, what is going on today, man? Listen, we are here ranking our expected. We're predicting our top five. Chat, say hi to YouTube. YouTube, say hi to chat. Hope everybody's having a good day today. We're just going through ranking them, seeing how close we can get to accuracy, and we'll do another follow-up YouTube video after the tournament's over tomorrow, August the 22nd, and we'll be able to, see how well we predicted it, see if there was any surprises, anything like that. So click the like button, click the subscribe button, make sure that you have notifications on because that's how we're going to get, the part 2 of this video. And let's get started with it. Obviously, we're going to go through and look at both the drop maps. We'll start with the Slurp Rush drop map. This map has been played very, very well recently. Peterbot and Poyo, obviously a big shout out team, and Sharkantini, one of the most dominant reload teams I've ever watched. They are conned though by Muzz and Sphinx. It does depend, sometimes you're gonna have a duo mate drop on the bus path, anything like that. It could be, just looking to pick up a few eliminations, anything like that, especially if you are a team maybe like Demus and Darm, where you do have that unconned location. And Pablo as well, they are in a great position to make a move potentially for a surprise. We could be in for a surprise with them. Mini Pio and Fukun, they barely made it in by the skin of their teeth, but I do think that they are a potential team that could, have a big day tomorrow. I really think that's possible. Acorn and Bolts and Cold and Rapid, obviously, NA Classics. Right, Acorn and Bolts coming off the major 1 win, and Cold and Rapid coming back together just for the EWC. Obviously, Rapid's been playing with Clicks, and Cold's been playing with Ritual again. Nosifin is a really impressive team in my opinion. I think they're both French. They're very, very good together. They play very, very well. Early game, good fighters. End game, I've kind of I don't know if I've seen enough to call them a team that's going to be able to get enough wins, enough placement every game in order to, make it into that top 5. And then Goofy and Z-Dog barely made it in today, but congratulations to them, obviously. They are a potential team. Vico and Mali. Now, this is where we get talking about, some teams that are actually, like, there's a chance. We're talking, there's a chance they win. Roommates are. That is a real possibility with this team. This team's been very, very impressive together, and they are very, very good at reload. Very good in the quals and all of that. So, what do we think? Just based off this map, I honestly think Peterbot obviously is going to be a top 3, and I'm talking based on each map, and then we'll do our top 5 ranking. I got Peterbot at number 1 right now on this map, Sharkantini at 2, and Vico and Mali at 3, Cold and Rapid following that up, and Demus and Darm in 5th. Honestly, I do think that this map has been playing a little better than the Elite Stronghold map. I personally don't enjoy the Elite Stronghold map, but some people do. It honestly just depends on the player and, what their vibe is, how their play style is. Obviously, I was very, very, in a way, disappointed with how Sky and Scroll performed today. They seem to be almost in a way struggling on reload compared to their very, very elite Battle Royale gameplay. Back-to-back winners of the EU FNCS Grand Finals. Peterbot and Poyo are going to be unconned on Elite Stronghold. Cold and Rapid are unconned. Sharkantini, unconned. Acorn Bolt, unconned. Mini Pio and Fukun, unconned. Vico and Mali, unconned. So Vico and Mali, in my opinion, they're the best team on this map. Them or Shark are the best team on this map. I think on this map, I have Sharkantini first, Vico and Mali second, and Acorn and Bolts third, and Pete and Poyo fourth on this map. But how is it really gonna, obviously I don't know if you guys paid attention to this, we are missing one of the teams marked, but I'm sure we will find that out eventually, and I will probably, there's a chance I update my list, there's a chance I don't, we'll see. But for top 5 and what it really takes to be a top 5 team in, this kind of event, It's going to take a lot of consistency. Obviously, the match point finals is a really interesting format that we've never seen in Fortnite before, but they do it in Apex Legends, which is another popular battle royale game. If you haven't played it before, I'd give it a look. It's pretty fun, pretty difficult, but back to Fortnite. This is a very very interesting format. Basically, you have to get to match point, which I forget what it is. Maybe it's 350, maybe more. It is capped at 15 games. You can't forget about that. But it is capped at 350. So all the teams have to reach 350, and then your final game you have to win, which that is going to be the hardest hump for some of these teams to get over. Obviously, Sharkantini, a very good winning team. Eat and Poyo, another decent winning team. Acorn and Bolts, a decent winning team. And Vico and Mally, a decent winning team. It depends on the day. Obviously, it can be consistency. It can be anything. Anything can affect whether or not you play well. Um, but at my number five, actually, let's do our potential top five. People that I think honestly could surprise us, but as of right now, I haven't seen enough for them to, be that X factor that's going to get us over the hump. So as of right now, I have Hari or Chari or Kari. What do we want to call him? Kari, and Cammy together. TJ and Pablo. And then Josh and Zoe. All right. So Josh and Zoe, obviously, the reason I'm putting them up there, they have uncon, I think, on both maps. Where are they? I forget. They are conned on this map. They're conned at the military base though, which is a very, very like that's very splittable, honestly, in my opinion. So I do think they've been playing pretty well as a duo recently in this game mode and at the tournament in general. So I think that that's a good pick from me, honestly. Honestly, my Harry and Kimmy pick comes from Harry's been very, very. He's improved a lot this year through EU finals and EWC. Cammy, obviously, I mean, he's one of the best players of all time to ever touch the game. Whether it's his land placements or anything above, they're very locked in duo. Like they're there to win, not much else. They don't really play around. TJ and Pablo. Now this team has been a brilliant fighting team, honestly. They've been great. They've been really good at playing together and making it to every end game. Obviously, that's going to be the biggest hump is if we're not making it over that top 10 every game. We're going to start to lose that consistency and that gap can grow. But remember, just because somebody gets to 350 first doesn't mean you can't climb up to 350 as well before they win a game and you can win a game. That's going to be a very, very interesting thing to see, obviously, in this format. I'm very excited for it, and I think it's a good format for Reload as a game mode because they're shorter games, obviously. And I just think it's going to make it really entertaining to see how that plays out for the players and how play styles are going to change based on, I'm at 350, but somebody's at 345. They're going to have to play their full game out, get to 350, and then it's going to be another match point game. So it'll be interesting to see, maybe we get like super lucky and two teams get to 350 in one game and then they're just battling it out neck and neck for the whole time. I don't know. I can't tell. That's going to happen tomorrow when we're live on Twitch tomorrow for EWC Grand Finals. We'll be live the whole tournament. Obviously, co-streaming EWC. Shout out to EWC for inviting me to be one. That's really kind of them, and they're a brilliant, brilliant organization. They make a huge tournament every year for gamers that are very well deserving. And one thing I forgot to mention, Sky and Scroll and Pete and Poya, Falcons players and all gamers. Falcons and all gamers are neck and neck right now for the club championship or the organization championship. So every game gets a certain amount of points towards the team. So Falcons is obviously very successful in their esports and they've won a lot in the EWC. But so have AG this year, and they have been neck and neck the whole tournament. So the winner of this final, the first place team gets their organization 1,000 points. So if Pete and Poyo end up winning this tournament, or Sky and Scroll end up winning this tournament, I wouldn't be surprised if either of them won. If either of them won, that could be reason to believe their team will be sent far enough ahead that they will end up winning the club championship. And in that case, their club will earn $2 million extra. It is insane how much money is on this tournament and how big of a deal this is for those clubs. So Pete and Poyo and Sky and Scroll, you got to watch out for their placements and how many points they're getting for their organizations. Obviously, let's get back to our list. Don't want to get too sidetracked here. Number 5, honestly, I think we got to give it to, a team like, that Sky Scroll duo. They've been good enough, on this game mode, even though they, necessarily haven't been the same dominant force they've been on Battle Royale. They have been consistent here and they've been performing well. So I think they get a number 5 position. I'll put Acorn and Bolt at number 4. Bolts at number 4. Vico and Mally at number 3. And number 2, and this is hard for me because everybody that watches me, if you haven't watched me before, check me out. I'm on Twitch. The link is in my YouTube bio and it'll be in the description of this video. I'm a Pete fan. I think as an NA person, it is impossible not to be a Pete fan just because, it's Pete. Pete's insane. But unfortunately, Pete and Poyo are going to sit in the second place spot for me. One team since the very beginning of Reload tournaments this year has dominated, second to none. They qualified twice. They got first place in 2 qualifiers and didn't even play a third one. And there were 3. So they only played 2 quals and they won both of them. And they got first place in the qual at the LAN. And that's going to go to Shark and Teeny. This team has beyond impressed me at this game mode. And they've beyond impressed me in general this year. That's a really good duo. And Shark is a young kid, and he has a really bright future, honestly, in my opinion. So how this turns out, obviously, we don't know yet. And it's going to be really, really interesting to see, maybe my list is wrong or maybe it's completely right. I'd say it's more likely than not that it's wrong, but it would be cool to see if in some way those top 5 or maybe even those potential top 5s make it on the list. Obviously, chat again will be live again tomorrow for the EWC final. It is going to be a very good time, and then at the end of that, we'll make part 2 to this video, which will be posted right after the stream tomorrow. And that will be final. I appreciate you guys watching. Make sure you click the like button, comment your top 5, and subscribe to the channel. I appreciate all of you. Everybody have a beautiful rest of your day. Peace and love, guys.